Alright, welcome back, everybody. We got another episode of Sarcasm Speaks. Dickie's waving to the camera on the YouTube show. I'm Jared here with Bobby, and as I just mentioned, we got Dick Spoon.
Dick Spoon. What is with the spoon, by the way, lately? Why am I Mr. Spoon and Dick Spoon?
Well,
I like it.
You one time were Dickie, then you became Dick Spoon, and then that just evolved to Mr. Spoon.
I kind of like Mr. Spoon for now.
We'll just call him Mr. Spoon.
As long as it's away from Dickie, I kind of like Mr. Spoon. It's growing. It's getting a fan base.
We just start calling you Big Spoon.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Well, which spoon do you prefer?
The soup spoon, of course.
Ooh.
It's circular.
Wide spoon.
Yeah. Yeah. Or too small spoon. So you missed it. I think you were in the shower or you were like cooking or something. So we were shitting on Dickie earlier because he has a giant salad bowl that he puts 1 can of soup in. And he heats the soup up, and then he takes a tiny fucking spoon and he put it down on the side table to let it cool off. And he's like, oh shit. And he like gets up and gets a spoon and he comes back and I hear him go, oh, there's already a spoon in there. The spoon was so much smaller than the bowl, it just fell in and it was on the bottom.
That's what happens when we eat soup out of a 5-gallon bucket.
The bowl is versatile. It's for everything. You can put a piece of chicken in there. You can put a soup. You can put anything.
We also have like 13 other fucking bowls.
That's okay, just use one.
I like my bowl.
No, there's no sense in using 1,000 bowls.
Yeah, no.
That's fucking ass.
No, yeah.
It's my poor bowl.
But I mean like size bowls is what I'm
No,
saying.
no, no.
Yeah, different,
I actually-
appropriate size.
So I will actually commend him if he's going to be a one-bowl man. I'll commend that. But the bowl is preposterously big for one.
It is ridiculous.
I don't like when things are too appropriate when it comes to things. Actions.
Things and
Also.
stuff.
We'll say, but there's too much going on to have to worry about bowl size.
Yeah.
Can I also say that this podcast is off to a way better start than the entirety of the last one?
Yeah.
That had to have been one of our shittiest ones we put out there.
I was not in a very good space. I was running on probably about 12%.
Was this Sunday?
Yeah.
There was a low energy from when I was hearing
Yeah.
from the side. I was just going like,
He had nothing. And I was just like, at one point I tried to get it going. I got nothing in return. I'm just like, okay, well, fuck this.
Well, it was one of those like, I knew that I would have potentially gotten legitimately angry because I was like just so fucking like combination of hungover drunk, and I was like, just let it go, just keep going.
inconsolable.
Yeah, I was like, holy shit. Sunday was a tough day. Honestly, like I'm not kidding. While we were at that bar Sunday morning, like all I wanted to do was go home.
Like they said, all you're gonna want to do is kill yourself.
Well, yeah, that too. I wanted to come home so I could kill myself.
Well, why kill yourself at home? It'd be much more efficient to get it out with someone else's mess.
Okay, that's true.
Think about us here.
Yeah, I know. It was very.
I don't want to
selfish
clean
of
up
me.
after you.
Yeah. And we'll get all A's.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
true.
that's true.
That is true.
Yeah, all my
Yeah.
students will get A's too.
Did Jared kill himself? We gotta enroll real quick.
Oh man. So I got my DNA results back. So we talked about this on a previous episode.
Yeah. So is this
My ancestry DNA.
Is this both heritage and some shit that you're predisposed to?
No. So I haven't paid for the health one yet. I'm gonna do it.
So this is just your heritage.
This is just my ancestry.
Okay.
So you ready for this?
This should be terrible.
No surprise here. I am 99.2% European. The breakdown of that.
I would say, please
Yes.
do not tell me.
No. I paid $700 to find out
that you're European.
I am European.
Hey guys, I'm white.
I also didn't pay $700. I think I paid like fucking $40 for this.
Yeah.
Anyway, so of that 99.2% European, I am 30% British and Irish.
Oh, good day, mate.
I had no
I didn't know you were
clue.
fucking James's cousin.
I didn't know either.
And you're two enemies.
So that gives me like the regions in there.
What was that? So what was that total?
30%.
And no, was it 30% British and Irish?
Yes.
Okay, sorry.
So it's like probably 15-15. But it says like the Greater London region and Cork in Ireland.
My Carol.
I am 9.5% French and German.
Gross.
You're like every conflict.
And then I'm trying to play both sides.
Apparently, that way you always come out on top.
Yes, exactly. And then very specific here, I'm 8.5% broadly northwestern European. Don't know what that means.
Broadly northwestern.
Belgium.
I would assume the Balkans maybe.
Netherlands.
Northwestern.
Balkan.
Russian or the Russian. I
Wait,
guess.
West
That's
is
northwest, dude.
West is towards
North.
like Netherlands.
So yeah,
Denmark.
that's like more. Yeah, so like Denmark.
No, but Denmark's still Scandinavian. It's like more
No, it's
Netherlands,
yeah.
Belgium.
But I'm not Scandinavian
I was saying,
because that
isn't it-
that is an option.
Right, Belgium, part of that little.
Because
Belgium,
isn't
French.
Italy like really west?
It's southwest. It's the
Yeah,
South-
southwest.
Yeah.
So north
Yeah.
and still a little west.
Okay. So more French and German-ish region. Okay, France, Germany. Okay. And then I am 21% Spanish and Portuguese, which is very straightforward. Knew that already. I thought I was way more.
Yeah, it
Apparently
turns
not.
out you're more fucking
Yeah.
British than anything else.
Yeah.
Chap.
And they got it right. They said my lineage comes from the Azores in Portugal, which that is actually where my father's family is from. And I am 10% Italian. Again, they got the region right. Lombardy, which is northern Italy. That's where so I guess, it makes sense now that I think about it. Because my whole Portuguese and Italian thing was both on my dad's side, because my paternal grandmother was from Italy and my paternal grandfather was from Portugal. So I mean, it makes sense that I'm not predominantly those, because it was further down the
Only
line.
one side.
Yeah, it's only one side.
Dude, you have to start calling yourself British now.
This sucks.
I don't know. There's some other stuff I think.
There's you wait, it gets better.
Can't
Well,
wait
no,
to-
but 30,
I can't wait to
you
break
are
it all
30% fucking
I am
Russell Crowe.
I am 30%. Well, it's 30% British and Irish, so
Yeah.
it's 15-15. So I'm predominantly.
Well, you don't know what's 15 and 15.
So far,
What if
everything's
it's 29 and 1?
Okay, yeah, that's true.
everything's in a conflict right now. By the way, the Spanish and the Portuguese were once together. They broke apart based on
Yes.
So,
culture.
dude, they love each other, actually.
French and German, maybe some Belgium. They all kind of worked on both sides,
Yeah.
hate each other.
Italy, another Axis power. So I am 1% Greek and Balkan. So from the Balkan area, Balkan Peninsula. And then again, very specific over here, 5.5% broadly Southern European. So
South of France or more Italian.
Well, so you're probably
It's like
talking.
Italian.
Well, you were Italian, so is that like unidentifiable, like Italian and Greek?
yeah. So when you lump that all in, I'm 36.5% Southern European. So that's the Spanish, Portuguese, Italian, whatever. So the predominant, if you take all of the regions together,
No, dude, you're
is
British.
Southern European. Yeah, I know.
You are
I
absolutely.
can't,
You're
I can't-
British now.
I can't fight that.
Tiny Eastern European ball.
So you ready for this next one?
Buckle.
I am 10% Ashkenazi Jew. I win. I fucking told you I was a Jew. So I get to be Team Jew during the racial draft. I told you. I knew it was in my fucking lineage. So we do the racial draft. I'm drafting for Team Jew. So, and also, it sucks to suck because the Ashkenazi Jews are the ones with like all the genetic defects.
Yeah.
They have like all of the fucking shit. So I'm an inbred Jew. Awesome.
Nice.
Awesome.
Nice.
That's great. And then again, super specific, 5% broadly European.
You know, broadly white. Just a
So this sounds a lot like Pluto's DNA test.
Yeah.
We got it back, and he was like 30% Basset Hound, 20% Rat Terrier. Is that 50? My percentages are off, but it was like 75% made up Rat Terrier, Pit Bull or Staffy, and
Basset Hound?
Hound. It was like 25% other. Hey, thanks.
Mystery. Wolf.
Yeah, some kind of wolf.
Original wolf.
Wolf derivative.
So, are you ready for my favorite part?
Yeah, we gotta get to this build up. Aren't there 2 left?
I am. There are 2, yeah. So my personal favorite is I am 0.5% African.
That's probably the Italian part anyway.
We need to have a handshake.
I am broadly Western. It says Western Asian and North African. So I am 0.5% Western Asian, so like Middle Eastern and North African. Half
Each?
You're Egyptian.
Well, it just says
Or
like,
you're
it's a
there,
combination. It's one of those combination ones. Yeah. So that's cool. And then I am 0.5% unassigned.
Other.
That's the other.
Other.
Yes.
That's your Dalmatian part.
Yeah. So now, my other favorite part is they also test for genetic variants related from Neanderthals.
Oh, okay.
Approximately 4% of my DNA comes from Neanderthals.
Well,
That's just upsetting.
wait.
This makes so much sense.
It's too close to home.
But so what is like by I guess scientific or ancestry? What is a Neanderthal defined as?
Another
The
thing, he's
Neanderthal
not a human.
DNA. So Neanderthals they're not humans. Sorry. Hopefully no one gets offended by that. There's no more Neanderthals running around.
You're
Except
one
for
of
me.
them.
I'm the most. But so I can say it.
Yeah.
I get the right to say Neanderthals aren't people because I'm a Neanderthal. I'm a piece of shit. So
Yeah, so
they're different.
okay.
So they.
They just branched out.
This is a learning
There's-
curve for me.
There's
'cause-
hominids. So hominids is like the whole big group of things.
Okay.
Homo sapiens is what we are.
Humans.
Neanderthal is what I am.
And you're so much of it too. You're such an upsetting amount.
Yes.
Of
So I am in the 80th percentile of people that have been tested for Neanderthal. So I have more Neanderthal in me than 80% of everybody else.
So Jaimo's gotta be fucking what?
He's the 99% guy.
Jaimo's the 99.
He's off the charts. He's actually a Neanderthal.
So they list my variants, my genetic variants that are traced to Neanderthal DNA. I have 294 variants that belong to Neanderthals. The highest person that's ever done this, that's been tested, is 397. So
He's up there.
I'm like 100 variants.
All right, so work with me here, and we're gonna speak in regular terms, like regular people speak.
Mhm.
So Neanderthals are people.
They're stupid people.
Kind of.
According to
They're
what
different.
they say, they didn't have as great of a time.
So it would be like a Dalmatian and a Great Dane. Technically, they're both dogs.
Yes.
But they're not. They're different.
Yes. Okay. I think that works for me.
And their survival as a species, they
Right.
they didn't have something that we had, and we spread way more efficiently.
No.
than
So
them.
actually, it would have to be something like dogs, wolves,
Yes. Yeah.
Well,
That's more
all
because
dogs
the
come from
dogs.
all dogs are canines.
Oh, so are wolves
So-
canines?
Wolves.
They're like
were-
Canis fucking lupin whatever.
They have lupus.
So the history.
Maybe I got lupus. I don't know. I haven't done the health side yet.
Basically, the history of wolves is the beta wolves that one of them figured to beg for food at one point to humans rather than attack because the other pack of wolves didn't give them food for being little bitches. So they begged for food and they developed the cute faces and then they took them and then we used
And
them
they
as
became dogs.
a tool and then slowly but surely they became
Kind of
dogs.
sounds like what people are doing now with beta males.
I guess they're people too now. They're our pets. I'm your pet.
I'm a pet.
So
Somehow,
I guess my only confusion. So at given times we had actual people
Yeah.
running around with these cave
So
things.
so
we
there were.
domesticated.
I don't know specifically the overlap and when was which and if there was overlap or not. Well, clearly there was overlap between Neanderthal and Homo sapien because that's how I got here.
That's how
But there was Homo erectus. Was another
Back
one.
then?
Yeah.
Why don't they have rights now?
What was the other one? I think they just found it like last year. It was called Lucy. Remember, it was like a really small human.
She's always been around, Lucy. There's been another.
Oh yeah, no,
it's
maybe it was
another
a
branch
different.
from
She'll
Lucy.
give therapy for 5 cents if you ask.
It was shit. They just found it. It's like Homo minimus, maybe. I don't know. It's
Yeah,
like a
keep
very,
coming up with
it's
it.
like a very, very small person. Like the skeleton
Yeah.
they found was like 4.5 feet tall.
Yeah.
So there are all these different variants of people. So it was Neanderthal, Homo sapien, Homo erectus, and the one I call Homo minimus. Not minimus. But they are technically all hominids. They're under the hominid branch. Yes.
And that's how we found you.
And that's how I got you.
So
One of the synonyms?
Synonym.
Homo stupidus.
Jamo.
Me.
Uh-huh.
So the genetic variants that were found that relate to Neanderthals. You ready for this? I have one Neanderthal variant associated with a reduced tendency to sneeze after eating dark chocolate.
Does chocolate make you sneeze? Dark chocolate?
Not me.
Tickle your doesn't
Doesn't make me sneeze.
tickle your mighty nose.
Is there anything in there about getting hiccups from drinking beer?
No, but that's probably from a Neanderthal. I also have a venereal
disease that's just always there.
Just dropping it on the show. I got a venereal disease.
Now that I dropped it, I technically don't have to call any of the witnesses that I talked to.
I have a variant that also is linked to having less back hair. And then it goes into like a brief history of Neanderthals and all that stuff. Everything, so on and so forth. The other cool thing that I thought was interesting is I share common lineage with Benjamin Franklin. So I'm not
one of the greatest presidents in U.S. history.
So obviously that like we're not like I'm not a direct descendant of him, but we have common lineage. So at some point our lines cross.
My aunt one time told me that I have lineage with JFK as well.
Oh, wow.
Did you see the the Ty Anderson tweet that goes viral every few months?
No.
All right. So the tweet is, no president has been hated more than the 45th in our current right now. I forget who tweeted it out.
Yeah.
Ty Anderson replied to that tweet saying, JFK literally got shot in the face. And like every once in a while it gets retweeted like that all Ty Anderson, he's a Bruins beat writer for the sports hub. Like he is real small time.
Yes.
But he's like this national viral thing. It just pops up every once in a while.
That's pretty good. I haven't seen that. I'll have to keep an eye out for it. That's great. It'll probably pop up soon in like November because that's when he got shot
Yeah, probably.
on the anniversary or something like that.
Plus like all the election bullshit or whatever the fuck's
yeah, that's all.
Oh, we're in an off year.
Yeah, but they have to do like the debates and the master
Yeah.
debates and whatever the fuck they do.
So I clicked on the thing to like enter into the DNA relatives thing, so like I could get into the database and then other people can find me.
Oh yeah.
And when you click like accept, it's like one of those like are you sure? And then on the are you sure underneath it says like
Terms of service.
clicking accept like you need to realize, so I'm paraphrasing, you need to realize that this could affect you and your family.
Yeah, they might.
So I read that and I was like, oh, people find out that their parents aren't really their parents this way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like if your whole family does it and it's like, hey mom, how come Uncle Bob says that I have, 50% of his DNA? I feel like that should be a lot less.
It should be a lot less, so almost none.
Yeah, probably should be somewhere, I don't know, around 10, 20, because, whatever. He's Dad's brother, but, like, I don't know. Apparently he's my dad. So, like, I read that, and I was like, oh, shit, I wonder how often that happens. People that do this ancestry thing
It felt pretty
find
good
out.
when my parents did it, and they're my parents, so that was nice.
Yeah. So you've seen this, too? Have you done
My parents saw it, and I didn't do it because I have all of it now, because they didn't
Oh.
cheat on each other, so I don't have to do it.
Well, I just did it for like an ancestry thing to see
Yeah.
like what I am, and then now I'm gonna buy the health side of it. It's
Yeah.
only like $100. So it's gonna come back and be like, you're predisposed to cancer. You're gonna die of fucking ass cancer.
It looks like everyone in your family's had cancer at some point, like everyone else, so you're gonna get fucking cancer.
Oh, you're an Ashkenazi Jew? Yeah, you're gonna die of everything.
You're gonna go cross-eyed and get hit by a mule while you're crossing the road to go see your sister.
Joke's on you, I don't have a sister.
Hey, so maybe I missed this because I kind of like heard you, but maybe not.
Yeah.
Can you figure out like your family tree from this as well?
Yes. So something popped up on here. My closest relative. So the relatives list only is the people that have done 23. 23andMe.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
that
it
would
updates.
make sense.
So I have a relative that popped up on here as my second cousin, and I was like, I don't know who this person is.
Oh yeah.
So I have like no fucking clue.
I went to school with my second cousin. I have no idea who this person is. I just knew they were around my school. I was like, I hope I don't think she's hot.
What are your second cousins? Your cousins' cousins?
So they can be your cousin's cousins, or they can be the descendant of your grandparents' siblings.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes
They're
sense.
kids.
Because my mother's cousin, her daughter. I'm like, well, dude, you're not fucking related to me.
Right. Well, that's how I know it works for me, because I know my cousins. So it's like, it's gotta be like my grandfather's brother had a kid,
So your great uncle's
who
family.
then had a kid, and now we are second cousins.
I
Through
had,
that way.
I had both those things in my family. My cousin's cousin was such a dick. I didn't like him. I'm glad he didn't do good at basketball tryouts. Still feel that way.
Yeah, so I mean, that was kind of interesting. And I was like, oh shit, I found a second cousin. Don't know where he lives though. I don't know if you put that on there. You can like choose if you want like the actual place or like what state you're in or some bullshit like that. So, and honestly, not gonna reach out to anybody on here. I already got a message though from somebody.
Oh.
It was like, oh, if we are related, you're. Hold on, let me see if I can find
Hey, if we're related, do you want to go get some coffee? Catch up?
it. So
Talk about
someone,
family.
yeah. Oh,
Get all the
you
cousin
have a new
juniors?
message. Somebody, I haven't clicked on the message to see who sent it, but somebody said, if we share second great-grandparents, the surnames would then be either Barber, Collin, Barstow, Harstthorne, Perkins, Hodge, Clark, or Lavery.
Did they type that out?
I don't know.
What
Yeah,
the fuck
I
does
did.
that
Why?
even mean?
I don't know what that means. I'm not going to respond.
Yes. Good idea.
I'm assuming that's on the British side, though.
G'day.
Good day, mate. Now I get to make British jokes, too.
Yeah, now you're British. You're fucking James.
I'm a Brit.
Damn,
I
know
can't wait
that.
to see James tomorrow. Be like, James, we're cousins. That's gonna be great. So yeah, I'm like kind of interested, but also like mildly terrified to do the health one,
Yeah.
because I kind of don't want to know like the shit that's gonna pop up.
Mr. Tree, how will I die?
Well, see, the other thing, though, it's like, that's obviously your genetic predispositions.
Right.
The way we fucking treat ourselves is gonna dispose us to way more.
Yes, absolutely. The shit like this past weekend.
New ones for the new generation, yay.
Yeah, it's gonna come back like, oh, you're predisposed for liver cancer and cirrhosis. All right, cool. I probably already have it.
And now your kids are susceptible to lupus.
I don't know. Oh, did we find out what lupus was? It's an autoimmune disease. I know that. I remember we talked about it on a previous episode, and I was like, when I was a kid, I always thought it was like you had an overgrowth of hair. because I thought it was related to like werewolves, because like lupus means like wolf or moon or
Yeah,
whatever.
the
Oh, yeah,
moon
we did
is
talk about
some
this.
lunar.
Yeah. So I was like, oh, does that mean like people used to think they were werewolves, so they had too much hair, and now they called it lupus? But I think that's totally wrong. I think it's an autoimmune disease.
Yeah, it's autoimmune.
Yeah,
It's when your
Cause- get
immune
lesions.
system attacks itself.
yeah,
Get lesions and such.
yeah. So
That
it's
sound
it sounds like the lesion part sounds kind of like psoriasis, maybe a little bit
Yeah, maybe.
similar. I'm sure there's other
I'm
bullshit.
glad I don't have that stuff.
Yeah.
That sucks.
So also, apparently my relatives, this should be a surprise to nobody now that I know I'm 30% British and Irish. They give you little quick fun facts on get to know your relatives. Your relatives are 73% more likely to have worn braces on their teeth.
Wait,
I get it. I have.
does having
Yes.
having braces help future generations not have shitty teeth?
I
Or
don't
does
know.
that just keep passing down forever? Is that going to be forever?
I feel like it would probably pass down forever because you're also the way your mouth develops has to do with like the shit that you eat, and that's why they say you can't let babies bottle feed for too long
Oh yeah.
because the bottle will fuck up like the way their teeth grow in and stuff.
And then go underbite.
Yeah, and
Makes
also
sense. And muscle mass, and like how if you are an athlete, it passes over in your DNA. So like you're gonna have a better build the next generation. That makes sense.
right.
Little muscles.
And then also the last one here on the get to know your relatives section. 60% of my relatives have some sort of Ashkenazi Jewish ancestry.
Yeah. 60% of my family has had sex with itself.
Yeah, right? It's more than 50%. more than 50% of my ancestry is an inbred Jew. Okay, all right, great. Awesome. It's phenomenal.
They all just lived on a farm and fucked. Little troll demons came out. Hey
Yeah.
man, I'm ready to do stuff with you. And then it fucked his sister.
Yeah. So cool. I'm bummed. I'm half a percent African.
I gotta see what you're allowed to say now.
Nothing. Still nothing.
You get one word.
Imagine I just print out my fucking ancestry report. Be like, nah, man, look, I'm a 0.5% African. I can say whatever I want.
Probably says at the bottom, no, you still can't say any slangs.
This does not count for anything.
It still isn't your word.
Even
Still
during
not your word.
even during the song, you should probably not say it.
Yeah, don't even mouth it either. Just let it pass.
Even during favorite song, denied. Aw.
Oh, shit. Well, so maybe I'll do a little follow-up when I get my health things back and we talk about how we're going to die. We can play the fun game of how Jared's going to die.
I kind of want to do my stupid thing now.
You
Do
should.
it, do it for me.
Yeah. All you got to do is just spit in the thing and mail it. It's literally, you spit in a tube, you seal it, you put it back in the box, and you just drop it in a mailbox, and then you're good. It's the easiest thing in the world.
It almost sounds too easy. I think it's stupid now.
I was thinking about how I was gonna die today. Because Florida, I guess, passed finally. You can have guns in school. The teachers, which
Nice.
good lord,
That's such a good idea.
good lord, just get another resource officer, please. But yeah, teachers with guns. Not
Right.
great, but,
So, man, we kind of talked about this before. This was a long time ago. I think this was when we were in the upstairs studio. But I was saying, like, just giving teachers guns is not a good idea.
yeah, I mean,
Because they're not trained properly in how to
yeah,
use them.
and even if they do the training to re-up the training, and then you're a teacher,
Right.
your mind is on 25 kids. You're always in a state of like tiredness during the day.
Right.
You're not gonna be the best shot.
Right. Like, I was a big proponent of using this as an opportunity to give veterans jobs when they come back. Like, let them work security in schools.
Yeah.
If you have 2 ex-vets that are at a school that are armed, like, what are the odds that someone's going to try and go in that school and shoot it up? Probably very little. All you need is 2. Like,
Yeah.
you're going to tell me that, like, a 17-year-old is going to be able to take down 2 highly trained military veterans? I don't think so.
I know it's always the crap that, oh, you gotta pay them and then you gotta money from the city, all that bullshit.
Yeah.
And then I think, like,
But it's
what
like
about
you're gonna put a price on
Yeah.
kids' safety.
And then, like, I wish they would stop saying they care so much about mental health and actually, do something about it, and not be so bureaucratic. Where I see kids that need help, and then we have to have an actual process for a while. Can we actually fund that too? If you're gonna fund a person to kill
It's
them,
the worst.
why don't you fund a person
I
to
work
prevent them?
within the system.
Yeah.
Like it's completely fucked up.
Yeah. And everyone
If
always
there was
says
a
they
kid-
want more money.
yeah,
No,
there
they
was a
want-
kid
they
that-
cut it.
Is identified of like needing more help. It's like there's like 17 different fucking hoops that you have to go through.
Yeah.
It's like this is stupid.
Before you can actually help them.
Yeah.
Not the part
Yeah.
where you gotta identify it,
Right.
and that takes a day.
Right. Exactly. But that's quite the legislation, huh? Go Florida.
Oh.
Talk about turning into
City state.
a complete
That's
fucking just uselessness.
Yeah, it's just a city state of alligators in charge and fucking swampland.
They might as well just start electing alligators into office.
I mean, why not?
Where did that
It's the
happen?
perfect killing machine.
Where did that? Do you guys remember hearing that? That in some town somewhere, I want to say, for some reason, I want to say it was near Vegas. But it also very easily could have been Midwest or like literally anywhere in the country. But they
Or anywhere.
literally anywhere in the country. But there was a town that elected a dog as a mayor. Do you
Saw
remember hearing about that?
Yeah, I saw something. Or did I see it? Or
Well,
is this one of those things
that
where
might
I'm
be the
tricked into
hey,
thinking I've seen
That
it?
might be the smartest town I've ever heard of. Because dogs are way better people than people.
Oh yeah,
That
for
mayor,
sure.
that mayor's a good boy.
Yeah.
That mayor's the goodest boy.
Straightforward.
Oh, but yeah, I remember seeing it on social media or something.
I'd vote for a dog from there.
Absolutely.
Why not?
I might vote for a dog now just out of fucking principle. I might use it as my write-in.
Which dog though? We gotta do this strategically.
What's the name of the Georgia Bulldog?
Ugga.
Ugga. I'll vote for that guy. Seems like a good dude. Seems like a good boy. I mean, he almost got fucking killed by the Longhorn last year.
Yeah.
What are those Scottish ones called? The mustache? I like them.
Oh,
I trust them.
The Yorkshire
Wait,
Terriers?
Scottish Terriers.
Scottish Terriers.
I was gonna say, I knew it was Scottish something. I didn't know it was terrier because they're huge. But I'd vote for one of those. The paw of approval. Like I feel like they would stamp their paw. Like,
I feel like that's the one dog you could put a monocle on it and be like, he's probably smarter than I am. Because they do.
How much Neanderthal does he have?
Get out of my fucking office, mate.
Because they have little fucking the mustaches, and you just toss a monocle, maybe a top hat too, and you're like, come on, dude, how are you not gonna vote for this thing?
Give him a cigar next.
Throw a blanket over his lap. All right, we got FDR.
Get a couple more. Make him play cards. Get like the Allied powers right here.
Line up a bunch of dogs. What kind of dog would be Winston Churchill? I feel like he'd be
Hold on.
English
An
bulldog.
English bulldog.
That's
Yeah.
yeah. Exactly.
Listen, I'm sorry. This
His
narrative
face
writes
was-
itself.
He had the face of an English
Hey,
bulldog.
you know what Adolf Hitler is?
A Schnauzer.
German Shepherd.
Oh.
I mean,
This writes itself here.
No, but I like German Shepherds.
I feel like
No.
I feel like Hitler has all the German shepherds.
I'll make him a Doberman.
doing stuff.
Dobermans are fucking German.
Yeah, but he's kind of a bitch. Like I feel like he'd be like a little German dog.
He's a mini Schnauzer.
Wiener Schnitzel. Like he's not a dog. All the dogs that protect him.
Dachshund's German? They could
Protect
be
the
with that
wings.
name.
They could be, yeah. I like German Shepherds though. I don't like that.
I don't like comparing these dogs to dogs.
Dude, I was just giving world leaders their nationality in dog form.
Imagine people start running around now looking at German Shepherds being like, your dog's a Nazi. That's the next step. That's the next step of absurdity.
Yeah, bro, your
Although
dog's
they
not
will,
woke, bro.
oh, for sure, pretty soon they'll be changing the name of German Shepherds.
Oh yeah, because it's offensive.
Because German's a negative connotation.
Yeah.
My dog is a Rhine Terrier. It has
Yeah.
full stake to the German Rhine.
It's like, remember
Austrian.
back in the day when they tried to change French fries to freedom
Oh,
fries?
Jesus Christ.
Because the French, like, didn't want to help us
Fuck!
do something.
What
It was
school was it?
9/11 and
I just heard of a school that does that.
Really?
They won't call it French fries.
Still that
Yeah.
butter.
Still?
But they don't call it freedom fries either. They're just fries.
I mean,
Fuck.
saves our time.
What stupid fucking school was that?
Well, you also can't say American.
Well, that's Colorado. Yeah.
Yeah, in
Wait,
Berkeley.
Can't say American.
No.
I thought that was University of Colorado. No.
Well, there's two. Berkeley
Oh,
passed
good.
a bunch. Berkeley's the one you can't say manhole cover. That's what it is.
Yeah, Colorado had a whole list too.
Because
Why haven't we been fading Colorado?
putting a
then?
man in it?
I don't know.
I don't know.
That's a good point.
They lost outright to Air Force. We definitely should have saw that. How the fuck did we not see that coming?
Yeah.
A school that doesn't allow their kids to say American lost to a fucking service school. How the fuck did we not predict that?
Yeah,
Oh
they're coming
god
in hot.
damn it!
We fucked up.
Service school's coming in hot in that.
Yeah.
Oh,
But you
my-
can't say American at all. Like,
No, you're not allowed to say
It's
I'm an
offensive.
American
It's
citizen.
it's
You have to say I'm a citizen of the United States.
What continent do I live on? Northern, like southern.
the
southern
one
part.
that's north of South America.
Oh, you fucking.
No. We can say South America. They're fine.
Ooh, ethnic.
Yeah, no. We have to shame ourselves.
We're not Americans.
Yeah,
we're
we have to-
citizens of the United
Yeah,
States.
we have to hate
They
ourselves.
probably had a bunch of good old boys saying like, "Hey, I speak American," and then they were like, "Just fucking stop! You can't say the word anymore, you little cunt." So they just knee jerk overreacted to it probably.
That or everyone at fucking Boulder is fucking stoned and was like, hey man, I got an idea for some rules here.
Or it was like all the fucking liberal like academics were like doing all this shit, and everyone else was super stoned and was like, "Yeah, man, you do whatever you want. You go right ahead, dude. Like I don't really give a shit."
But can we go to Wendy's?
Yeah. And as long as we can stop at Wendy's, dude, you can fucking ban whatever you want. All right. I just wanted a fucking double bacon. All right. We do that? Can we agree on that? That's probably how that went down, if I had to guess.
God damn.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Well,
Can I go a little back, opposite direction? Just Florida loves to just go in the opposite of this, in the same absurdity. They agreed in my school district in Florida, the number 3 district of Florida. They said, all right, here's your curriculum for all of world history, 6th grade. Everything's required. You gotta do Christianity, but now you don't have to do Jews or Islam in all Africa. You don't have to. And also, and we're not going to save time for it, so you're going to have to squeeze in somehow. They just went, you know what?
oh, so your curriculum for world history, you're just going to do American history.
No, that's U.S. history.
Oh,
Yeah, no, but it's
oh,
world
oh.
history, but it's of the U.S.
They actually just called it American history, even when they're in Europe, because they went against that other school. They're like, oh, we got to even this pendulum real quick.
Oh my
Yes,
God.
so they took away all Africa because Islam is there. That's the excuse, somehow a quote unquote excuse to teach about the Africans there. And then
Ugh.
hey, you know what? There were the Jews. They went to Africa for a while.
Florida is the Reddit of the U.S. It's just a fucking cesspool. Like, it's disgusting.
Yeah, this was the school board that came up with this.
Yeah, that's good.
A good school board. I mean,
Ugh.
relatively speaking.
Yeah.
Good lord.
Well, today's October 1st.
Yeah.
You know what that means?
Pumpkin.
Yeah.
Pumpkins.
No, yes.
Yeah, pumpkin.
Pumpkin.
Everything pumpkin.
Correct.
Yeah.
There's an orange or around this name.
Everything looks orange.
Not for nothing. So a kid came in yesterday. His elbow was bothering him. Pitcher. He hasn't pitched in a while. Decided to throw an inning and fucked his elbow up.
He's been catching now.
Goes.
Oh!
Goes.
Yeah.
Chris goes up to him and goes, "What'd you do?" Tendon. What the fuck? Chris,
What does that mean?
What? And then the kid looks back and goes, "Wait, what did I just say?" Anyway, so back to pumpkin.
Yeah, it's the time when everyone starts shitting their pants about all these fucking Halloween movies.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I was at a bar 2 weeks ago and they were playing. This 2 weeks ago. It was middle of September. They're playing a Friday the 13th marathon. And it's at the bar. It's a crummy bar in New Bedford, and I'm just loving it. I'm waiting for the teachers. I'm like, I wonder who's Jason's gonna kill next. I'm drinking my beer. There's a crazy guy next to me watching it. For some reason, it seems like his first time. He's 60. This has been out forever. He's loving it. I'm loving it. So I can't wait.
So you asked me about a couple movies earlier.
Yep.
How do you feel?
Do you have a stance on Hocus Pocus and or Halloween Town?
I do. Alright, so in the interest of full disclosure, I didn't see either of them my entire life.
Okay.
Until I got to my senior year of college. We'll call it junior year of college.
Same. I didn't see them until I was in college at some point.
Yes, yeah.
Spoon.
Yeah, that's me. Can I make a prediction that a girl made you watch Hocus Pocus?
Yes.
Yes.
Because for some reason I've always noticed girls love Hocus Pocus.
Girls love Hocus Pocus.
They fucking like. It's like Bill just walked into the room. Talking about Hocus Pocus.
He's in the background.
It's like everyone in New Orleans is like watching the fucking levees just explode.
Yes. It's like, oh my god, it's
Jesus
Hocus
Christ.
Pocus. It's like, oh shit, the 4-foot levees aren't gonna hold.
Ladies, pants down.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of Hocus Pocus. I do have to admit, I don't hate Halloween Town.
I cannot stand either movie.
So I hate what Halloween Town... Like, I hate all the other Halloween Towns. The first one...
Yeah, the original.
The first one doesn't suck.
I just couldn't... I mean, I don't know, maybe...
But again, I went my entire life without watching it, and I was just fine. So, like, again, it doesn't suck, but, like, I don't really like it.
I just don't even find it to be moderately entertaining.
It just kind of, like, exists.
It's, like, not even close. And I know it's supposed to be, like, one of those not horror movies that's a Halloween movie.
Yeah, it's always on ABC Family, if ABC Family.
And I'm sure, I think it was probably a Disney movie.
Yeah, no,
Disney Channel
sure
movie.
Yeah.
So it's like one of those things, if you have something nostalgic about it, sure.
Yeah.
Fine.
Yeah.
I fucking love Rudolph. Is it the best cinematic feature we've ever seen? No, but
Yeah,
fucking fight
I
me.
mean, kinda.
Well, seriously, fucking fight me over it.
Halloween Town used to break my balls because as a 4-year-old with way older brothers and sisters, I watched Halloween as a kid and got scarred, and I don't feel things when it comes to like butchering people, I guess. But I saw those movies and I was like, I love Halloween. I love it. I love the second one and the first one. I don't know about those other ones, but I love those two. And I'd see, oh, Halloween Town, and if you remember Comcast, the blue scroll, it always missed it, and it would just say Halloween ... And as a kid that didn't read well, I jumped to conclusions.
Oh, yeah.
I'd be like, oh, Halloween's on right now. No, it's I want to feel scarred and have nightmares tonight.
I want to watch Michael Myers stab people.
Yeah, stab your sister. Yeah. But I never did, so it was always a bad feeling.
And then
when
kill
I
her
saw
with a
them.
knife.
Yeah, this Akazi man.
It must be the Ashkenazi Jew in
Ashkenazi.
me, yeah, you know. That's why my Pornhub fucking always pops up and says, oh, stepsister fucking porn. And I'm like, it says the recommended for you section. It's like, what the fuck? What do you think I am? Apparently Pornhub knew the whole time I'm a fucking inbred Jew.
Are you?
What the fuck?
Are you a descendant from Canaan? I have just the video for you if you're a certain kind of Jew.
I should have just submitted my fucking jizz to Pornhub. They probably could have figured out the same shit.
Hey, they're making moves. They probably could do it.
Imagine that ancestry by porn habits.
Looks like you and your cousins have something in common.
Oh, Jesus. So yeah, like I said, I'm not a real big fan of either of those movies.
I think they both fucking blow, and I'm just glad.
So I
saw
will
it
get
today.
on board. I don't like Hocus Pocus at all. I think it sucks.
God, fuck
It
that.
fucking blows.
The movie fucking sucks.
Is Halloween Town the claymation one with the guy Jack?
No, that's
No.
Nightmare Before
Yeah, it was
Christmas.
that one. I didn't like that one.
Moving
Because
into-
Nightmare Before,
That's my follow-up question.
Nightmare on Elm Street. That was the other one that did it. I was like, fuck, this is another cartoon. I want to see people die.
I want to see Freddy.
That always pissed me off. But I hear that one was good, I guess. I don't know.
Who is your favorite horror movie character?
Character?
So like main guy. So if we're looking at like Freddy, Michael Myers, Jason, I don't know who else is out there.
The guy with the fucked up hand from Scary Movie 2.
The Scream guy, Ghostface Killer. Who the fuck else is out there? I guess the dude from Leatherface.
You know that show Monk with Tony Shalhoub?
Yes.
I do know that show.
I do know that show.
Reference. He was in a horror movie, 13 Ghosts, and he's in a house that moves around with glass walls and there's ghosts behind it. And there was this like zombie ass girl with big tits, and they were just out, and she was naked, and she killed someone with a knife. But dead boobs. I like dead boobs the most.
Jesus Christ. I don't want to see your Pornhub history.
I mean,
the suggested for you
she
section.
was like 12. It was like, oh my god.
That doesn't make it any better.
She's dead. But she's hot.
I think, I mean, maybe this makes me a little fucked up, but I think my favorite one is Freddy.
Me too, I think, really.
Yeah.
For real.
Yeah.
Michael Myers is close.
My weird fetishes aside. My fucking necrophilia aside, I like Freddy.
Weird debauchery thing going on. Little issues and kinks on the side. Yeah, Freddy. He's like the comic relief in a film that's about him murdering people.
Right. Like I really liked those movies. Like I thought they were just good. And yeah.
You couldn't beat him.
You couldn't. Like, how do you beat someone that only lives in dreams?
You take him out because that was the weirdest thing.
Yeah, you bring him into the real world.
Oh, we gotta grab him. We grabbed his hat once.
Which, like, the whole story of him, the reason why he lives in dreams is because he's dead, is because he died in a fire.
Yeah, no,
and then they brought him back after it's like, whoa, wait a second, I have to follow this for a minute. I remember being like 13, being like, wait a second, so you're telling me this guy raped a bunch of children and then he died in a fire, so now he lives in dreams. But then in the third one, they pulled him out of the dreams, so now he's back alive again.
Yeah.
But like he still also does dream stuff.
Yes.
But he's back in the real. Like I'm not following.
I think they just retconned it back to something different. It's something different this time. Keep on your toes.
Yeah.
I always liked him because of The Simpsons and Willie. The Scottish guy, and the "Do Not Touch Willie" sign was funny to me. But they made it funny too because it's The Simpsons, and they made it connect a little bit. That's the one they took.
Yeah,
I like that.
Who is your favorite?
Splice.
Splice.
Oh my god!
I knew Dickie knew what I was talking about.
Who is that?
I don't know. It was like some really fucking weird movie.
I got it right up here if you want.
I do too. And it was this like
Adrian Brody.
It was like it was basically like Splice was, or I don't know what the character's name was, but we're just gonna.
The movie was Splice.
It was
the movie was Splice.
Okay.
It was like an alien thing that looked like a hairless cat. It was terrifying.
Oh Jesus. Oh.
And it had a tail at one point.
You know what was absolutely fucking terrifying? I don't know if it's because I saw it when I was super young or like it was just wicked fucked up. But Donnie Darko fucked me up when I was a kid. Well, I literally just got goosebumps when I said that. Like that movie fucked me up as a child. Like that was one of those where like I laid up in my bed with a fucking flashlight and a baseball bat, like not sleeping.
Was it that scary?
It's really fucked up.
It was wicked fucked up.
I remember being like a mind trip.
Yeah, it was wicked fucked up.
Yo, should we cancel it?
We need to cancel it. It needs to never be on TV ever again. But I mean, hey, I'm fine now, kinda.
We all have our thing.
Hellraiser was one that was wicked fucked up too.
Yeah, with the
Pinhead.
Pinhead. Yeah. I never even saw the whole movie. I just saw that, but I was like, that's enough.
Yeah.
Hi, brother who's watching this.
Which is funny because I've seen all these old horror movies, but I hate horror movies. Like, so I like the older ones from like the 70s and the 80s. Like I like Friday the 13th. I like Nightmare on Elm Street. I like Halloween. I like those. But like the new one, I don't fuck with any of that shit.
One of the most fucked up things is me being 6, and there's this movie Candyman.
Dude, yeah.
With the evil black guy with the hook, I guess.
Yeah.
And it was like Candyman 2, and I saw it when I wasn't ready. And I just wasn't ready. And it was nearing the end, and the main character woman is in a building that crumbles because there's a fire, and she comes out burnt to death and screaming at the top of her voice, ah, and then she fucking dies, and that's like how it ends. I went, Hope, where are you? Ah, 6 years old. I've never been so speechless as a kid. Oh god, it's like it was daytime on a Saturday. I know what was happening. It was summer. It was summer on a Saturday. Feelings.
Oh god.
It was
Yeah.
bad.
And that's probably why we're all fucked up.
Honestly, so I think the most fucked up part is I never really watched any of those movies.
Oh really?
Yeah, I never really watched them when I was a kid. Never had the urge to watch them now.
Yeah.
Gore movies I'm out on.
Yeah.
Like I could probably sit there. I could probably actually watch like Freddy, Jason.
Yeah.
I could probably handle all of that stuff.
You gotta make a game of it.
Saw. I'm not watching Saw. Fuck that.
No.
I love that. Just awful. It's
Like even like the Final
You're in the
Fantasies, like whatever the
Final Destination.
Final Destination.
I actually Final
Destination.
Fantasy 37 coming out this fall.
Like one of the Final Destination, like whatever the newer one was when we were in college, we watched it like 1,000 times. That was fine.
I actually really liked Final Destination. I don't know why. I
forget what that one was called.
movies.
That one might have been the Final.
The
Destination.
Final.
Oh, yeah.
That was the one that
The
had
roller coaster?
nobody was in it.
I wouldn't even know.
No one from the original cast was in that one.
Oh, they didn't like carry it over.
Because it was
there
Ali Larder was the one one
yeah.
that was always surviving because she was like the clairvoyant bitch or whatever.
Well, they always
Oh no, maybe her name was Claire.
they like
I
carried
don't know.
someone over.
Something like that.
Whatever.
Yeah.
They always carried someone over, and then she went away for a while, and then she was in an institution.
She
and
was in an
one
institution. Yeah.
I figured it out. I just have to have no life.
Yeah, but I like those ones. Those were good.
So here is my follow up question to all of that.
Yeah.
Nightmare Before Christmas.
Yes.
Halloween movie or Christmas movie?
Thanksgiving movie.
Well, it's right in the middle.
That's
I
fine.
mean, it doesn't get to be both.
Thanksgiving.
I would say I'd say it's probably a Christmas movie.
I'm still sticking with Thanksgiving. A nostalgic, anticipatory Thanksgiving movie. It's nostalgic to last month, and it's anticipating next month.
It really fits at the perfect time.
Yeah.
Never thought about it that way.
Yeah.
Oh god.
If you're not watching on the video show, Dickie just blew Bob a
Mr.
kiss.
Spoons.
Mr. Spoon, sorry. Is that like Mr. Hands?
It's one spoon.
I hope that's not how this ends.
Spoon.
One spoon.
One spoon. One spoon.
Yeah, I was gonna say honestly, I don't know where it stands. I always kind of lean Halloween,
Yeah.
but
It's
finishes
dark.
in Christmas.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know. It's tough. Like.
I also don't get the appeal of that movie in the sense that Jack Skellington became this thing, like this marketable figure.
Yeah.
That like
People love it.
people fucking go nuts for it.
Yeah, they love it.
Does it fall under?
There are fucking tattoos of it, like
those
everything.
Yeah. Yeah.
Does it fall under what are those obscure movies that have built cult following? Is it
Yeah,
a
it's
cult
got-
movie?
It's
It's a cult.
definitely it
But
has
it's
to
a
be
cult, like
movie,
our
yeah.
kids' generation. It's a cult following.
Yeah, even like a couple years
one saw it
before
coming.
us.
You know what? I think I'm gonna change my answer. I think it's a Halloween movie. Because when I look at movies like that, I gauge them on what do they get you excited for. When I watch that movie, it's like, dude, Halloween. Not that I get excited for Halloween. I think Halloween sucks.
I hate Halloween.
But if I were gonna watch that, I'd be like, oh yeah, dude, Halloween. You know what I mean? Like if I watch,
Like I wouldn't want to watch that in December.
yeah. Like it's the whole thing about like Home Alone. Is it a Christmas movie? It's like I watch that movie and I'm like, oh dude, Christmas. Like
No.
it's a Christmas movie.
Die Hard is the real question.
Yeah, no, I don't.
Everyone regards Home Alone as a Christmas movie.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
Die Hard.
Die
Yeah.
is a Christmas movie.
It is a Christmas movie.
It's a Christmas
Yeah.
tradition.
Yeah.
All of them. Even the third one. Die Hard with Vengeance. Samuel L. Jackson in the city during the summer. Christmas.
Yeah, so I look at those movies as what do they like get you pumped for?
Christmas.
Yeah, but I don't want, like I said, I don't watch
Nightmare
John
Before
McClane's
Nightmare
Christmas.
Before Christmas and be like, oh dude, Christmas is coming.
Santa's coming, guys.
Yeah, Santa's coming, guys.
Sandy Claus.
Yeah. Oh boy. You want to wrap this up?
Yeah, but I don't want to go first.
Okay.
I don't have any.
You have time to come up with a fun
Just
thought.
dead air.
Yeah.
It's alright. Mello's got one.
So, well, when this comes out, it's going to be October 3rd. But today is October 1st. And I think I am going to attempt a sober October.
Oh.
So, every year for the past, I think this is like the fourth, maybe fifth, I don't know. Joe Rogan does this with all of his buddies. Every year they have like a different challenge. Last year they did a fitness one with like whatever band. The year before that they had to do a certain amount of hot yoga classes. So it's all like they have a challenge among themselves. There's 4 of them. It's Joe Rogan, Ari Shaffir, Tom Segura, and Bert Kreischer. And they challenge, like they do like a whole thing. So on top of being sober for the entire month, they have like some sort of fitness challenge. This year's Sober October is they got sponsored by Whoop, which if you're watching on the video show, I have a Whoop. It's right here. I've talked about it before on the show. So I got like an email, and because I also follow them on Instagram or whatever, and it popped up and it was like, oh, join Joe Rogan Sober October, sponsored via Whoop. And I was like, I already have one of those, so like, let me just see what this is all about. So you get like grouped into, there's a bunch of different teams. I'm on team number 9. I fucking crushed it today, first day of the month. I was, out of 150 people in my group, I was the 32nd highest on like strain of the day, because it measures like heart rate output and all that shit. And I was, I believe, 17th in my group on most calories burned in the day. So nailed it day 1. We'll see. So my whole thing is like, I like a challenge. Like it's what fucking drives me. Like I need something to drive me to actually do something. But I also don't like being the only one that's doing it out of all of us. Like when we did the weight loss challenge last year, obviously it was me, Vinny, Finn, and Bill.
Yeah, they go competitive.
Yeah, and it's competitive. That's when I'm a very competitive person. Like I need that drive to like push me and do something. So like as of October 1st, I'm all in on Sober October. We'll see what happens this weekend.
Do a shot right now.
Yeah, fuck it, I'm out.
You won't do a shot before me.
But I also have thought about just maybe, drinking less in this month.
Such a cop-out.
And just actually exercising more. Because my big thing too is like when we were in the weight loss challenge, I felt fucking great. Obviously I lost a ton of weight. And I was able to actually go to the gym on Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. Which currently those 3 days are like,
you're on the opposite spectrum.
they're not feasible for me to go to the gym on those 3 days. So even if I can just tone down the drinking a little bit to get to the gym, even just and 1 or 2 of those 3, and just kind of like the balance, and everything. Like, but I don't know. We'll see. As I'm, we're 12 and 9. We're 21 hours into Sober October, and I'm already trying to make a cop out.
I gotta come up with something. I'm just gonna drink less.
Yeah.
I still did it if I drink less.
But I'm gonna try. So that's what I mean. Like we'll see how this weekend goes. Like if I can get through this weekend, I can probably just kind of be all right. Because then, next weekend it would be Columbus Day weekend. Yeah, Leif Erikson, I know, but I have a wedding on that day, so it's like a whole thing.
Leif Erikson Day weekend.
Yeah. So I don't know. That's my. I'm gonna give Sober October a shot, which is actually really funny because I talked to Bill today on the phone. Shout out to Bill if you're listening right now.
Hi, Bill.
And he was like, "Yeah, I usually do that in like January," and we kind of started to plan another weight loss challenge or something along those lines for January. So now I'm, again, like I said, 21 hours into Sober October being like, I'll probably just do it in January. And in the same phone conversation, he was like, "So, do you want to get together this weekend? Because like I haven't seen you since we all went away in like August." And I was like, "Yeah, sure, I'm down." But I also know that like I could go out with everyone and just not drink. I've done it before, but we'll see. So we'll see. Sober October. Nice. You guys got final thoughts?
Yeah, I just would like to personally, piggybacking on this, I would like to personally thank you for fucking killing Leif Erikson Day.
Technically, it's not my fault.
It is your fault.
I don't even want to go to this wedding.
I asked you, hey, when should we celebrate Leif Erikson Day? Options kind of include, you know, the 5th, the 12th. I mean,
yeah.
I guess we can do the 13th. I don't know. I don't know who has to work or not, because Columbus Day is one of those, like,
Yeah. Are you
French
off Columbus
days.
Day?
Yes.
Are you off Columbus Day? Yes, you
I
are.
think
You're
so.
a teacher. I'm off.
It's
You're
an
off.
Indigenous Peoples
If I-
Day.
yeah,
I
if
had
I'm
to
off,
think
you're
for a
off.
second for the people.
Yeah, we can. In fact, we can do it on Sunday.
Why not Monday? That's the day.
It's
not
not
that
the
day.
day.
No, that's the day that.
Technically, the day is the 9th.
That's-
It's the
it's a
Wednesday.
I mean that's the day
Wednesday.
that we like disgrace the day. I don't like to say it.
Why? Because he was full of shit.
I'm full of shit.
I'm a shit.
So are we rescheduling Leif Erikson Day or what?
I mean.
Well, actually, I guess it doesn't matter, because if you're not drinking, then that's really the only...
He just has to throw some rocks around and hit the wood with an axe. I guess that's about it. Build a boat.
Yeah, that's true. So we can do it without you.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not without. He's throwing rocks and hitting things.
No, he's
without
going to a
wood.
fucking wedding.
But he has to throw an axe at something.
We'll find somebody else.
Damn it.
Yeah. It's a dumb one. I don't even want to go. It's not a dumb wedding, but I don't want to go.
Where's the wedding?
Malden. Yeah.
Beautiful place.
Yeah. It's just it falls in a very inconvenient time.
True. Leif Erikson Day.
I know. I would much rather celebrate Leif Erikson Day.
You know, this is a really important holiday for me, right?
Yeah.
Any
It's
day
like
really
number
is,
2 to Festivus.
I'm gonna light the house on fire if this doesn't go well.
The Richards
You know
household?
that no one's probably gonna come down.
Probably. And therefore, I'm gonna light the house on fire.
Well, if it's on a
Okay.
Saturday or Sunday, Vinny and Nikos will be here.
Potentially.
But for football. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
you just like, coerce some, or just like, insert. Just jam it right
Dude,
down
what
the
makes it
throat.
Leif Erikson Day is actually real easy.
I know. Throw
It doesn't
stuff
actually-
and stuff and wear horns.
I'll get a bottle of meat, I'll choke it down because it's gross.
Yeah, no one else wants it.
No one else has to drink it. I'll cook some fucking beast. I'm still waiting for Bill to kill that fucking animal from fucking 9 years ago. Still hasn't done it.
So yeah,
Is my thought up?
it is.
Alright, let's end on a very not smooth note.
Hopefully.
I'm going to start with a throwback of the first podcast that, like, before I did with you guys over the phone in Florida.
Oh boy.
Because well, it's not anything really that you know of, because I said to Jared that I'm going to try to get off the rails. Who knows, maybe I'll, like, support Al-Qaeda in it or something. And my phone auto-corrected to Al Quesadilla. And I liked that a lot. Enough that I wrote it down a while ago. And it's been just rattling in my head that I want to start a restaurant called Al Quesadillas. It's the bomb. And yeah, that's it. That's all I got. It's hard to say without laughing and crying a little.
So would it be a Mexican restaurant or would it be a Middle Eastern restaurant?
I was thinking of going like with a route of like Jews versus Palestinians technique, where like one is the Mexican side, one is the Al Qaeda side, and one is clearly bombing the other side a lot more than the other. Like the other side looks shitty on purpose. Like there's chunks taken out of the wood.
So would that be the Mexican side?
Yeah.
So what would the Al Qaeda side look like?
Fucking craters in the ground.
They don't have tables because they put a lot of investment in their weapon system to attack the other side. So like, you gotta stand and eat. Mexican side's kind of nice, but it's just ruined. And I like it.
Al Quesadilla.
Quesadilla.
It's the bomb.
It's the bomb.
Oh my god.
That could be the episode title.
I think it is. And I don't think I'd be allowed there if I'm a Jew.
Ooh, yeah, I mean, you're a big problem in their world. One half of those worlds.
Well, no, you just go to the quesadilla side.
Yeah, I can do it.
And not the goat head side.
Oh, Jesus Christ. I think we're done here.
Oh, we definitely shouldn't be.
Thanks for watching on YouTube. Hopefully you enjoyed this fucking shit show. Thank you for listening wherever you are streaming podcasts. So there and also on YouTube. Make sure you subscribe. We're getting a lot of video watchings on YouTube. We got our first rating. So you know how on YouTube you can thumbs up or thumbs down? We got our first one. Do either of you want to guess whether it was a thumbs up or a thumbs down?
Has to be a thumbs down.
It was a thumbs down.
No.
It was a thumbs down. So, but yeah, it's our first one. So why don't all you guys go to YouTube, find that video, and just all of you hit thumbs up and say, fuck that one person. Gave it a thumbs down. Thumbs up all of our videos, actually. Why the fuck not? While you're at it, and it'll get more people to see it. And you can find us on Instagram at Sarcasm Speaks Pod. You can find us on Twitter at Sarcasm_speaks. We have Facebook. Don't use it. Sometimes we do. I don't know. Sometimes you could friend us on Facebook. Sure, it
Did you just
exists.
say Facebook?
Yeah, we have a Facebook.
Don't bother. I didn't even know we had one.
Yeah, keep telling all your friends, tell your family, tell everybody. Keep spreading the word. We've maybe the one person that listens to this that's in Iran. Maybe I'm related to them.
Do you think they know Al? They're close by.
Yeah, they're not bad. Oh God. Well, thanks everybody. Until next time. Have a good night.